everyone, and welcome to Olsem Wanem. In this edition, we look at the state of origin, the rugby league game played in Australia, but has an influence following here. For some, it's a happy annual event, much like Christmas or birthday. However, over the years, the dark side to such passion has emerged as news reports reveal what happens when the bets, alcohol and aggression take the better of the game in PNG. With just 3 days away from the origin decider, we explore the pros and cons of the passion here.
How did it begin? Well, for over a century, the New South Wales Blues and the Queensland Maroons have been battling each other on the rugby field. Since 1908, Australia's two major rugby league states, New South Wales and Queensland, have played representative matches against each other, and this has continued into the state of origin era, which began in the 1980s. Up until 1982, the teams were formed with players chosen where they lived and not where they were from. For example, a Queenslander who moved to and lived in Sydney in those days would play for New South Wales and vice versa. As a rugby league historian, Sean Fagan once wrote, by the 1960s and 1970s, Queensland were beaten constantly and the competition was starting to lose interest. In those 2 decades, Queensland had won only 4 games, so the new format came out. Since 1982 to date, players are selected to represent the Australian state in which they played their first senior rugby league, hence the name State of Origin. Although it may originate in Australia, for fans in the Pacific region, particularly passionate Papua New Guinea, the game belongs to everyone. PNG is comprised of dedicated Blues and Maroons fans. It's evident everywhere through marketing and merchandise, on buildings and cars, through offices and streets, from busy towns to sleepy villages. Around the midweek mark, when the game is set, the friendly rivalry begins, and so to the adventurous bets and loud, excitable nights. Television sets are promptly turned on all around, the nation waiting for the competition to begin. Overall, it's a fun event, shared by young and old. However, reports of out-of-control and radical fanaticism turning violent, competition turning sour, and in the dawn of the next day in the wake of an origin match, many Papua New Guineans are left frustrated at the possibility that through the dark hours in their slumber, once have fallen to the dark side of passion for the state of origin.
You're with Olsem Wanem. Up next, we find out what it means to be a sports fan and observing sports fans around the world. Also, we revisit unfortunate aftermaths of state of origin incidents in PNG. Welcome back to Olsem Wanem. When sporting events occur, it's normal for supporters to feel excited and dedicated toward their sporting teams. The state of origin brings fans in PNG to a unique level. Although it's a rugby league match in Australia, due to its proximity and popularity, it draws much attention in PNG. But first we look at what it means to be a sports fan on a global scale, and then we revisit unfortunate stories of tragic events linked to rugby here in PNG.
Sports fanatics aren't just found in this nation. Sports fans exist around the world. Unfortunately, in Papua New Guinea, some followers have mistakenly taken their passion to a tragic level, leaving international media and national media having no choice but using words to describe the fanaticism as frenzy, fever, or riot.
Rugby league is a national obsession in PNG.
Papua New Guinea has an amazing wealth of talent that's in this country. I think there's over 2 million people that play the game right throughout the year at the problem with Papua New Guinea is that it's not infrastructure to play the game, it's not infrastructure pathways to be able to develop that talent. So there's been a lot of work that's been done over the last couple of years in doing that with the National Schoolboys program. There's also plans, hopefully, to get a Papua New Guinea team in the Queensland Cup competition in Queensland as well next year, and obviously with the implementation of Team Kumul. So all of those programs are designed to give a pathway to not only youth but the players that are playing in competitions right across the country, particularly in the Digicel Cup and the national competition, to give them specialised training to bring about an attitude change and to explain and outline to the players involved in that program what they need to do to achieve at a higher level. It's not just about talent. There's thousands of kids out there, there's thousands of players around the world with enormous talent. It all comes down to attitude and discipline. Realistically, I think the gap up until now has widened in regards to rugby league in Papua New Guinea and internationally. I think internationally rugby league has gone ahead leaps and bounds, particularly in Australia with the NRL, in England with the Super League. Their competitions have certainly advanced, and I think the game is stronger, faster. The players are more athletic than they were, say, 5 to 10 years ago. But because of the issues with rugby league in Papua New Guinea over the last 5 to 10 years, it's stagnated to a point. I mean, the NRL competition, obviously, if it wasn't for the National Rugby League competition in Papua New Guinea, then rugby league probably would have been in a worse state. But that's assisted to some degree. But obviously that's been recognised by the PNG RFL, it's been recognised by the PNG government, and that's why programs such as Team Kumul, schoolboys programs, and why they were so insistent on getting the PNG RFL back on track and functioning as an organisation so it can deliver appropriate programs throughout the country to turn around that decline in rugby league and the quality of rugby league.
This is how we do it for the dogs! Go, Georgia! Woo!
It's mainly because there hasn't been that exposure to the new way of thinking in regards to how players or how sports people approach their sport, particularly rugby league in Papua New Guinea. So I think that getting exposure to that through guys such as Mel Meninga and how he turned around the Queensland Origin program to where it is now, I think those sorts of lessons can be very valuable for Papua New Guinea. And Papua New Guinea is unique. As I said, it's their national support. They just basically, rugby league is like the lifeblood of the country. People up here live, breathe, bleed rugby league. Every day of their lives. It's interwoven in the fabric of a lot of villages around the country and into the social culture of Papua New Guineans. So, they take it very personally, rugby league, in regards to performances and how their team performs, whether it's state of origin or whether it's on a local basis as well in Papua New Guinea. So that's a difficult thing to overcome, that you want that passion in your game and you want that support and you want that fever support, but obviously sometimes here it goes overboard and it goes to the next level, which is unfortunate.
What PNG fans have to realize is that the more violence we bring about to the game of rugby, the more we push back the country's chances of becoming part of competitions like the NRL and other international matches to be played here due to the safety factor.
Support your team, whether it be Queensland, New South Wales. I love Queensland. I'm a Maroon supporter through and through, and I'm a very passionate Maroon supporter as well, and we'll support my team through thick and thin, whether they're winning or losing. But just remember is that in the end of the day, it's only a game.
You're watching Olsem Wanem. When we return, we bring you more on PNG's passion for state of origin. Hospitals have their say, and PNG's sports minister delivers his message on the passion for sport here in PNG. Welcome back to Olsem Wanem. In this segment, we visit the Accidents and Emergencies section of the Port Moresby General Hospital, where Dr. Yokopua emphasizes the unnecessary casualties of the game.
This sad picture captured a sign posted on the gates of the Port Moresby General Hospital. It was aired in the newsroom on MTV after the first State of Origin match this year. Whether it was an official direction or a sign created by the public out of frustration, we'll never know. But one thing is for certain, the people have had enough. Dr. Yokopua from the Accident and Emergency section gives us an insight of what is experienced within A&E.
State of origin related injuries are also completely unnecessary. They just contribute to already existing difficult situations we've got. You know, we are stressed out, we have got limited resources, limited manpower, and we want to focus on people who are genuinely ill, genuinely injured. We realized that things were getting out of hand. So as of 2011, we actually got some statistics. In 2013, game one, we had 1 death and 3 injuries. Game two, we had about six injuries, no deaths. Game three, because it will be the decider, we expect several deaths and several injuries. I mean, they're crazy. It's a game, you know. People should, expect a good game to go on and accept defeat if your team loses.
This situation of the State of Origin games, it has escalated over the years, as I understand now. There were killings between families and members of the community because of this situation on supporting the original, the State of Origin games. Those that are going for the Blues and those that are going for the Maroons. All of us like to watch rugby games. It is part of entertainment. After hard work and all that, it is a time where we relax and watch rugby, but not to go to the extreme for you or for me to get up and smash the face of your wife or your kids or all this, or fighting between the community. That is not the way to go. We should not take it to the extreme on those games. After all, there is no incentives. There is no payment. You don't receive anything. There's nothing. It's a matter of entertainment. Second State of Origin game in NCD, a young man was killed instantly, and as a result, the whole community is finding hard time to pay compensation, and that is not on. That is an additional duty to the policemen and women in NCD. They should be focusing on normal complaints on crimes and offenses that is taking place in NCD that is affecting the lives of individual citizens or the community. But this is an other situation that it is an additional responsibility to the police, and that should be minimized or eradicated completely. And I want to appeal that it's good that if we are watching the State of Origin, make it as part of entertainment, not to go to the extreme of killing each other. I like to advise the residents and the public in NCD that it's better to get free from trouble. It's no good the police will catch up with you and put you behind Borgo cells. That is not good. So police will not hesitate. It will come down very heavily on those offenders who committing those crimes. Wife bashing is a crime. Killings or whatever is a crime. So we will come very heavily on those individuals that are causing all these problems.
What I love to say here is the mind is a very beautiful part of our whole life, and you'll see the mind is the higher function of brain itself. And it's fascinating to know that we all have religious fanatics, and we have even food or whatever you take, what you love in your heart, and you become, some people become so fanatic and nothing can beat, because that's how they perceive, and they feel that they get the utmost happiness or feeling which makes them feel good about themselves. So you will see not only in sports, we will see in any part of our life in terms of activities or dancing or whatever you take, that you really have a passion towards it. But I think it's the group of people when they get together and when they take it so seriously that it's okay, you want to be blues or maroons or whatever that the game is, they take their thing, and there is an animalistic instinct come which they find very difficult to inhibit. And that time, if you are sober and you will go, but you'll get up and you can just throw onto someone or take something, and you can hear people shouting and screaming when there is a goal or scored. But if you are not, your whole emotions or your thinking and everything is not inhibited, that's one of the points where it can end up as a violence or death or very nasty effects can have. Now, suppose me talk or some inhibition. Suppose you survey or some you may sit down low or passing or behavior or culturally, people like our parents teaches you what you should do and what you shouldn't be doing. Even if you feel like doing, you may not do certain things in front of the public. So how do you do is your mind tells you or same, you know, can walk in this kind passing or this kind behavior or this kind way or talk or one name, yeah. M can say, oh, suppose you cross two, you by kissing me. Why not man or same, me like giving back, but something by talk low inside low. Think blow you, and I am enough, you forgive me, mem na go. So this part, like one him something come up lo, think blow you, lo stop him, lo make him action. If you're sober, you can control yourself, but something has taken over your brain and your function, you find him hard lo, stop him, that action. I think it's one of the things we know, it's a game is a game. But we must treasure our life. Now, 1 plus something me like talk savilo all man blow papa nekini all Mary na man all get all same. You me all same papa nekini. You me get one talk system. You me all same stand up or same stand up na dance na sing na kai together. We must have a good life. 1 plus something you me must have or same. This is a game. And we stop lo narapla place. You mean no say only got papa mama belong all stop now family belong all stop now this like kind now you me bagrap him you me at you me by stand up now sit down now cry stop where all man all play games only got narapla life is stop. So you know awesome you must come now call up now kill him all friends now forever you become unhappy. Rather we leave them where they are, enjoy the games and make it positive towards that. Na maski lo think bring him all some game blow narapla country na come up lo hard blow you na die lo this la game. O same na em talk save na look how him you blow lo this la blue na maroons this time. Me too hard him plenty penis lo em time blow you lo look out him life blow you.
You're watching Olsem Wanem. When we return, we speak to Minister for Sports, Honourable Justin Tachenko. With Olsem Wanem. As a famous president of the USA once said, competition has been shown to be useful up to a certain point and no further, but cooperation, which is the thing we must strive for today, begins where competition leaves off. It's this competition PNG is most passionate about, and while it is fun and positive for most, a few unchecked sports fans and opportunists can ruin it for others. We took to the streets to get your view, and this is what we found.
Far away, long time to mass, meeting him back now. Big bush long mountain, sunny go down.
PNG is not only passionate about rugby league. There are many other sporting codes and events that take place in the country which attracts huge followers. In response to Papua New Guinea's passion for sports and dedication to the state of origin, Honourable Justin Tachanko made a very humble appeal from the Sports Ministry.
When it comes to the passion of our people here in Papua New Guinea for sport, it is something like I don't think you will ever experience in any other country. And especially when it comes to competition as well between each other. Sport plays a major role in our society, from the villages and the districts and the provinces of Papua New Guinea right up into our urban areas. The sport is there as a recreational tool for people to enjoy, take their families out, have a fantastic time. And we want to make it very clear that the government has no space for people that want to destroy sport in our country for the sake of their own gain. Look, when we play sport, we must realise that not everybody's a winner. There's only one winner, but we learn from our experiences, and then we get bigger and better, and then we beat that team next time. No alcohol when it comes to sport. No drugs when it comes to sport. They are the root of all evil, not only with sport but many other things as well. It's a tough task to handle, but we need to take steps to fix it up. And we have to start at our sporting locations. My direction and my ideals will all the new sporting facilities that we build for the Pacific Games will be alcohol free. Very important, because we Papua New Guineans, once we get a bit excited and our blood starts flowing and our team just loses, the anger then comes into it. And if you've got alcohol all the way through you as well, it'll make it even worse after the fact. So we still have a lot to do in the future to change our people's mindsets, change their attitudes, look at how we can educate them better. I just say to the people, be sensible, don't be stupid. Sit down with the family and your friends and enjoy the game. Don't let alcohol or other influences spoil it for you and having a great night out with the family. Our passion is in our heart. We love rugby league, we love rugby union, but we must be sensible about it. Use your head and make a proper decision of thinking of those people that are around you, that surround you when you have the game. Don't think of yourself, think of everybody else as well.
I'm gambler overseas. I mean, no gambler. You mean all Papua New Guinea. So you mean no can go crazy. Na you mean no can try long, fight na, cross na, kill him na reply, die na reply because.
28-16 or 28-18. Mount's gonna win.
I don't know. I don't know why they go beyond, because it's just a game. And myself, I don't even know any players, but I just go for the color blue, so they're my team. Take it off.
I'm not supporting blue or the maroons. I'm a fence sitter. I sit on the fence.
Don't forget to drop us a line on the address on your screen, or check us out on our Olsem Wanem Facebook page. Until then, enjoy the rest of your viewing on your #1 station, MTV.